First things first is my name is Toan Nguyen, and I really thank you so much for actually hopping to, this Periscope. And some of you have Periscope on one, and then I have Nguyen Live. This is the first time for me, so really, really exciting. My wife and I, for those you haven't met my wife's name is Van, and we've been married for 8 years. We have two kids. Our son is 4, and our daughter is 7 years old. And it's definitely been an interesting ride, being married for 8 years. And we own our own business, so we've been not just entrepreneurs, but serial entrepreneurs on a few different endeavors and different types of businesses. So having said that, what I want to do is I want to really share with you something that I wrote today that I think is going to be absolutely very, very important and essential for success. So today's topic is the key to success after feeling defeated. What's up, Emmanuel? So honestly, let me just tell you this: if you've never felt defeated in going through your journey, you haven't lived in entrepreneurship. I'll tell you this: there's many times that Van and I have felt defeated. I remember 5 years ago, Van and I, we were actually 6 years ago, Van and I, we were at a height of our career. We were earning a solid six-figure income. We were honestly very happy because we actually, oh, my connection is kind of weak. But we hit a huge milestone in our career. And then a year after that, our income actually tanked. We ended up making less than $17,000 for the year. And what was interesting is that during that time, we started seeing our bank account started dwindling. And financially, we were just emptying out our savings account. We were actually end up living with my mom. And during that moment, I literally gave up. I mean, I remember laying in bed Van and I were laying in bed, and Van, she's like really tough. Anyone that ever met my wife, she's extremely, very, very tough. And I remember laying next to her and I was crying, and I said, you know what? I don't know. I feel like giving up. She's like, what do you mean by giving up? I'm like, I just feel like no matter what we do, we can't get out. It's like we can't get out. It's like you're in a quicksand, right? You have the feeling of quicksand that no matter how hard you work, you're sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm telling you that I felt so low. And being a man, men, they're programmed in their mind that they're there to actually they're there to provide, right? I don't know if there's any guys actually on Nguyen Live or on Periscope right now that you've ever felt so low that you're married, you're in a relationship, and you feel like you've done everything you could, but you're not providing for your family, and you feel like crap, right? And at that moment, I felt like giving up. I felt like just wanting to throw in the towel. And you know what? I'm just gonna get out of entrepreneurship. I'm gonna go back to a job. I'm just gonna go back to what I'm comfortable with. And Van, I mean, she's a tough girl. I'll tell you, she's tough. And she said, you know what? We need to figure things out. And we talked it over. And honestly, it was a journey. But a year later, we turned our entire life around. And the next year after that, we earned over $147,000 for the year. And I share that not to impress you, but to let you know that what I'm going to tell you about is from years and years of experience. And I need you to listen up, because I'll tell you that if you're able to actually understand the key to success after feeling defeated rather than letting go, you're gonna really see the fruits of your labor. So first thing is, what's the difference between someone that gets back up on their feet and when they're feeling defeated, and someone that just gives up and after they realize they failed, right? What are the difference between the two people? One person that gets right on their feet again after they think that they've been defeated, and then the other person, they just given up and they said, I failed, I'm letting it go. What's the difference? Well, first thing is, many of you think that I have an I can do attitude. I will do this no matter what. But let me be honest with you. Perseverance can only go so far. Perseverance can only go so far, right? you can have the positive mental attitude. You can say, I'm going to do this no matter what. But you know what? You're going to get to a point where I call burnout stage. You're going to feel sick and tired. You're going to feel like you want to give up, because if you're not seeing the result you want to see, you're going to feel like giving up. So what is the difference maker? The answer is one word: humility. Here's two types of people. The first person is the failure. What do they think? Well, when they give up completely, here's what they think. They have ego. Ego meaning like they're in their own way. They're overthinking things themselves. Number two, they're focusing on external. They're blaming other people, right? If something's messing up in your career or in your life, the person that fails, get this, they're the one that says, oh, the company is bad. Oh, you know what? It's this person's fault. It's my husband's fault is the reason why I'm going through divorce. It's his fault. It's my wife's fault is the reason why, I decided to cheat on her, right? Whatever the case is, the person that decides to give up completely is the person that focuses on the external and they blame other people. And quite honestly, they lose power. The second type of person, the person that gains momentum, that gets back on their feet and starts gaining success after the feeling of defeat, what they do is they focus on internal. They focus on, this is my fault. What can I do about it? And quite honestly, if there's an action plan that I would ask you to do, if you're a person that wants to get back on your feet once you feel defeated, whatever the case is, if you're blaming the company, you're blaming your business, you're blaming your partners, whatever the case is, the thing that you want to ask is, well, what can I do differently? I'm telling you, this is what Van and I, every single night before we lay in bed, we talk. Guys, if you're listening, I know you don't like talking. Why? Because we don't like sharing our emotions, right? But the best thing you want to do is communicate. And Van and I, every single night, we communicated. Every night. What can we do different? What can we do differently? See, sometimes the road that you see in your mind is like straight, right? But you don't go straight. That's what we think in our mind. Our road is really it's wavy. And sometimes you have to make a quick left, you have to make a quick right. But that doesn't mean you've derailed. What it means is you're figuring out how to go to where you want to go, but you might have to make a left turn. You might have to make a right turn. And what I mean by that, you have to ask yourself, what can I do differently? I want you to ask yourself these questions, all right? And I wrote it down. If you answer yes to any of these questions, at least two or more, it's something that you have to reflect on. So here's the first one. Do you tend to believe you know it all? Do you tend to believe you know it all? Number two, do you tend to think you should be in charge? Do you sometimes believe the rules don't apply to you? This is interesting, right? This is integrity. Okay? Let me repeat that one. This is my favorite one. Do you sometimes believe the rules do not apply to you? You have this mentality of entitlement, that you're entitled to certain things. Do you believe you shouldn't fail? That's a good one. Do you tend to believe you get things done all by yourself? Do you believe you are better than others with less talent or status? And finally, do you think you are as important as or more important than the organization? If you answer yes to two or more of these questions, this is an opportunity for you to grow. Seriously, because if you are, it's all about awareness. Awareness creates choice, and then choice creates change. For Van and I, we've failed so many times. There's been times where, I'm telling you, getting really personal, there's times where Van and I, we've almost like split up, right? A lot of times people go like, oh, wow, you guys have a great relationship. Well, that's because if any of you are in a relationship, you know that you have to go through some major crap just to get to the point where you understand each other. And there were times where I thought the rules doesn't apply. There were times that I thought that I'm entitled to certain things because I'm the man in the relationship. But once you understand and you find humility in your most down time, when you feel that you're at most being defeated, then what does humility do for you? It is your greatest teacher. It is the teacher that teaches you how to look at adversity. I spoke to a gal today, this morning, and she told me that her relationship, there was a point where they went through some tough times for an entire year. A whole year. She cried every single day. The reason why is because their relationship went through a turmoil. Something happened between husband and wife, and they were going to break up. But, 3 years later, she now looks back and she says, you know what? That part of her life was one of the greatest things that happened to her. In a survey done 5 to 8 years ago, they did a survey amongst 1,000 people, okay? 1,000 people. They did an interview, 1,000 people. And they asked these people, what was the moment that you believed that changed your life? And before they did the interview, they asked 10 different people, what do you think these 1,000 people said? These people over here said, well, they probably said getting married, meeting your husband, meeting your wife, having your children, finding that dream job, right? The truth is, those 1,000 people said the exact opposite. Those 1,000 people said, going through my divorce, breaking up with my husband, breaking up with my wife, separating from my girlfriend, my significant other, my husband, my boyfriend, whatever the case is, having cancer, getting sick, getting fired. That's what people said. They didn't say because of husband or fighting my husband or wife or anything like that. They said because of getting fired, cancer, divorce, losing something was the thing that really changed their life. So my whole point of what I'm trying to say is moments of crisis can be transformative. And I wrote this down. In the midst of all adversity is when you really find the most value in your life. Guys, that is Van and I's topic today that we want to share with you, is that whatever issues that you're going through right now, whatever it's with your relationship or your business as an entrepreneur, your kids, maybe you don't feel close in your relationship with your faith, with God, whatever the case is, just know that adversity, go through humility, be humble, have humility, because only humility will be that one teacher that will teach you what you can get out of it. So that's pretty much it, guys. On Friday, we'll actually have another topic. Van will be on that one. And please follow us. Subscribe to our e-newsletter. Go to yourhiddentruth.com. And we are actually giving away, just a sneak peek of one of our newest e-courses that we just recorded. It's actually retailed at $99, but we're giving a sneak peek of what it's about. So follow us on our e-newsletter, because every week we're going to be giving away some free content, free information, and honestly, this is our way of giving back. Being entrepreneurs in this industry for 12 years. We're really, really excited to share, what it's like. Because, honestly, Van and I, being a couple with 2 kids under the age of 7, and being serial entrepreneurs, running 4 different businesses, I will tell you this, it is freaking not easy. It is seriously not easy. But we really do believe that you can have it all if you have the right tools, the resources, and the things that are really essential to building your business. So, guys, having said that, thank you so much. Stay tuned for our next Periscope or Nearm Live. I appreciate all you guys hopping on live, on both you guys on Nearm Live and Periscope. And also, I really appreciate all you guys that are watching the replay. So please share. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, everybody.